So on December 31st, 2008, Dennis Prager got married for the third time. So you may know Dennis Prager from his 4 highly respected books, The 9 Questions People Ask About Judaism, Why the Jews, The Reason for Anti-Semitism, his collection of essays, Think a Second Time, and his terrific book on happiness. Happiness is a serious problem. So he married his wife, Sue, and it was done at Rabbi Michael Gottlieb's Synagogue Kehilat Ma'arav in Santa Monica, California, according to an announcement on pragerradio.com. So this was Dennis Prager's official website. The former Sue Reed, known to all as Sue, was raised in Los Angeles, graduated from Occidental College, obtained her law degrees from Loyola Law School. She admitted to the California bar in November 1994. She left her career to be a full-time mother to her 2 boys, one of whom is autistic, and she shortly thereafter raised her 2 nieces after the death of their mother, Sue's 35-year-old sister Cindy, from cancer. So Sue met Dennis at a speech she gave for the Jewish organization Chabad in San Diego, where she lived until 2008, and she moved to Los Angeles. So Dennis Prager's second wife was also a tall, beautiful blonde, and his first wife Janice looked a lot like Keira Knightley. So Judaism has much more liberal views on divorce than any other major world religion. Now, individual Jewish communities, and many traditional Jewish communities, look askance at divorce. But if you look at the sacred texts of Judaism, they accept that if a marriage fails, that 2 people should not be sentenced to live together in misery for the rest of their lives. So I think it's precisely because Judaism is so pro-marriage and wants people to marry and to love each other, that it realizes that if the marriage isn't working, then the best thing is to get divorced. So a lot of people say, oh, Dennis Prager is on his 3rd marriage, like this is some kind of moral shortcoming or failure. Well, I'm 44, I've never married, so I don't think if you get married for 20 years, and many of those years were great years, and you raise good children together, I don't think that's necessarily a failure. It's sad, it's heartbreaking when a marriage doesn't work out, but I think it's much better that people make a commitment and try to build something together and bond and devote themselves to each other and take that risk rather than just like living on their own because they don't want to risk a divorce. So I don't think it's necessarily some great moral failing that Dennis Prager has been divorced twice. I'm sure it's absolutely heartbreaking for him, and I'm sure it does detract from his moral stature with many people. And I remember when Dennis Prager talked about his second divorce on his radio show. I think it was back in 2005, and he was crying. And what he said he was most worried about is that people would take him less seriously as a moral thinker because of his divorces. And I think it's inevitable that many people will take him less seriously. I don't agree with them, but that's just how life works. That just all societies have sexual mores, and I don't know any society that thinks, oh, not a problem, man divorces twice, doesn't say anything about him. I think most people do think it does say something about you, something negative if you've had multiple divorces. I'm not judging. I got no dog in this fight whether you think it says something negative about Dennis or says nothing.